Let's veer into your political life. And of course, you're a good politician. And when I started, I talked about how you always try to play the game neatly, even though people say it's a dirty game. But when did you develop the love for politics?
That's an interesting question. I actually did not want to be a politician, precisely for the reason that you gave, about politics being a dirty game. But I don't really think we can make it a clean game.
Okay.
You know, it's left to us to be able to do that. But I actually, in terms of my career path, I wanted to retire from the University of Ghana, and after that, become a judge.
Okay.
Yes, so the idea, I mean, and that I got the interest in becoming a judge from Justice J.N.K. Taylor, whom I said I worked with, you know, somewhere between 1996 and 1997. And when I think in 2012, I became political in the prior to 2012. I was involved in the activities of the legal, you know, team of the NDC. In the background, as a lecturer, I used to do a lot of research, legal research for the party, and then also take part in the legal team activities and so on. So I was a known NDC lawyer in that respect, or a lawyer affiliated to the NDC.
Okay.
But I never really took part in active political activity. I wasn't attending rallies and so on.
Okay.
Until the case of Ransford France and Attorney General, you know, came up. And you know, I used to be one of the lawyers who, when Professor Mills was in office and the Honorable Betty Moldy-Drusu was Attorney General. I used to be one of the young lawyers that she, you know, consulted anytime there was a controversial matter. So when Ransford France and Attorney General was brewing, that was about the creation of the 45 constituencies. Yeah. And so the party was keenly interested in it because there was a proposal from the Electoral Commission to create the 45 constituencies. The MPP was opposed to it because they thought that the 45, if created, would add to the number of seats that the NDC already had in Parliament. So they were opposed to it. So they used a surrogate, Ransford France, to go to court to stop the creation of the constituencies. And so I went to the Attorney General and I said, it appeared that there was a need for their side to beef up their arguments, because I read their arguments and I didn't think that they were strong enough. But of course, every Attorney General, she wasn't the one writing the arguments. So she had not even reviewed them before they went to, they were filed. So when I told her that, she asked for the reasons, and I told her. Then she said, okay, why don't you go and do a supplementary for us? Okay. But then when I thought of it, I said to myself, no, I'd rather go straight to the court. So I decided to write an amicus curiae brief. Okay. And I went and filed it. And then on the day that the court was going to hear the case, I went and Justice Dateban and Atuga were, I think Justice Dateban was presiding, you know, with Atuga was on the panel. So when I went to court, I told the court that I had inflicted my thoughts on the court without its leave. And so I was coming to apologize and to ask that they should consider the arguments that I had filed. So they said, okay, then I have to apply for leave. So I applied for leave and the leave was granted, and then the arguments were adopted. Somehow or another, if you read the case, my arguments were the arguments that won that case. And my arguments were cited, you know, extensively in the judgment of Dateba JSC, as he then was. So, so when we finished, when the case was decided, and the 45 constituency was created. That was when Bolga East constituency was created. Okay. So then I started getting calls that, a constituency has been created with Zorungu as the headquarters. You know, why don't you go and run? Okay. And I said, me, go and run for a constituency? Are they kidding me? I said, no. I told them I wasn't interested. Okay. Then the people, I mean, people were still calling, even here in Accra and so on and so forth. So one day, one of the days, in July of 2012, I woke up early in the morning and I just thought to myself, I said, since you became a lawyer, it's been 17 years, at the time it was 17 years, what have you done for your hometown? You know, what have you given back to the community?
Yeah.
Maybe this is the opportunity.
For you to
so
do that.
I said, okay, let me give it a shot.
Okay.
And then I called a number of people, and you know, I called General Mosquito, I called a number of the party guys and told them, and they said, well, they are excited that I'm interested.
Okay.
So